Like most nations in the Middle East, Iran is football crazy, to the point of being totally obsessed with the world game. So much so that more than 100,000 Iranians crammed themselves into a 78,000-seater stadium for a World Cup qualifier against China earlier this year. And this isn't a rare occurrence. But of this 100,000 plus crowd, not a single one of them was an Iranian woman. You see, as passionate as this nation is about football, Iran has long banned women from attending men's games, whether they want to go or not. Authorities claim the stadium ban is enforced to protect women and Islamic norms.
This is awful. This is just humiliating. You see that your gender is a sort of handicap. You cannot do a lots of things and also enjoying your life. And as a woman, we know that we have the same capacities, we have the same capabilities, and we can do the things. And also we can enjoy a match.
They say the atmosphere is inappropriate for women because of revealing uniforms and the use of crude language. But it wasn't always this way. Since 1979's Islamic Revolution, men and women have not been allowed to take part in sports together or attend most games involving the opposite gender. But women's rights activists say the ban is one of the more blatant examples of gender discrimination in Iran, and excluding women from stadiums is part of the wider problem of excluding women from society.
I think that a stadium is like a little society. If the women are banned in the stadium, it means that they are generally banned to make other experiences on the society in total.
Women were still able to watch football matches in public squares, but it became so popular during the 2010 World Cup that just before the 2012 Euros, the ban was extended. Men and women were no longer able to watch football together in public spaces. When Iran qualified for the 2014 World Cup, huge celebrations were held inside Tehran's Azadi Stadium. But take a closer look. Pictures show distraught women outside its doors, banned from entering. Former President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad called for the ban to be permanently lifted in 2006, but was opposed by senior clerics. While recently, Ali Karimi, who was widely regarded as one of the best Iranian players of all time, expressed hope that the conditions are set with the help of President Hassan Rouhani and the Iranian Football Federation for women to enter stadiums as spectators.
And the captain of the football team, Masoud Shojai, has asked also recently for entrance of Iranian women inside the stadiums. So those things are showing that it's a sort of movement. We are going to make the history all together, and it is we hand in hand all together with the football stars, with the athletes. We are asking that it's our own basic rights, and even though you are refusing to give those rights to the people, finally we will find our way and the pressure will help.
While this has been the reality for Iranian women for over 3 decades, such opposition could be key in one day overturning the ban. There are other examples of solidarity and protests towards ending the ban. At the 2016 Rio Olympics, Iranian activist Daria Safai was allowed to hold up a banner that read, "Let Iranian women enter their stadiums" during a men's volleyball game. And at the 2015 Asian Cup in Australia, the national team was issued with a stern warning by the Iranian Football Association after photos began to circulate of players taking selfies with female fans who had come out to support the team. The photos were censored in Iran and players threatened with punishment. And in May 2016, a woman known only as Shakiba dressed as a man in order to trick security to fulfill her dream of watching her club Persepolis play.
Shakiba is a girl who decided to disguise herself and entering the stadiums. A lot of times, if they realize that they are not boys and they are girls, they arrest them. But still, they are taking the risk just to be able, for once, seeing the game inside the stadium. And the experience of her was when she was written about how friendly the boys around her they were when they realized that she's a girl. They wanted to protect her and let her enjoy the game.
So, who do we demand change from in this situation for the 42 million persecuted Iranian women? FIFA?
The only thing that FIFA should have done is just take its own responsibility and respect its own statute. And this is not about interfering politics of a country. This is about respecting my rules as a FIFA, and I demand that any kind of discrimination is not acceptable. This is how it works. And when you are acting against your own statute, because as you know, the Article 3 in the statute of FIFA, it mentions we cannot have any kind of game inside the stadiums which any kind of discrimination of base of race or religion or ethnic groups or gender are obviously present there.
The thing is, they can't claim this game, our game, to be the world game when there are women forced to climb hills near stadiums to be able to catch a glimpse of a match, or women with their heads between the bars at closed gates forced to listen to the sounds of the crowd and imagine what it would feel like to be amongst it.
What we are today is a part of history tomorrow. And the history, it has been always the same way. We will win. But the people who are with the Iranian women are the real winners. And the people who turn their backs to them, they will be a loser in the history. So I invite the people, the International Federation, to be with the Iranian women in the history of tomorrow.
When there are women risking their lives posing as men to see their club play just once before they die, we can't claim this to be the world game when there are countries that have decided that this game is only the men's game.